Hello, it's your boy Ohio J. Ohio checking in with you guys on an update. Just a couple of days ago, I received the new latest edition, the MAVIC Pro. As you guys know, this drone is capable of reaching 4 miles. The MAVIC Air, meanwhile, is capable of reaching 2.24 miles. But also, you have to take in consideration the problems that's when flying in cluttered Wi-Fi frequency areas, basically rural areas. So if you want to reach a drone's maximal potential, you would have to fly this thing in open areas. If you take a look at this drone, if you look at the gimbal on that thing, it's awesome. It's awesome. Look at the propellers based on the DJI MAVIC Air. If you can see, if there's a big difference, just check out those blades. These are kind of thicker on the MAVIC Pro also. But out of these guys, I like them both. I'm gonna be honest, I like them both. This drone, we have a $1,000 drone. In this drone, we have an $800 drone. If you take a look at the remotes, just 1 second, let me turn this remote on for you guys. If you just take a look at it. This thing is just awesome. It shows the miles per hour, the feet, the distance, the speed, everything on it. It's just entirely awesome. I love it. Versus the MAVIC Air, okay, you just get a remote. You don't get no other little things. You get a battery indicator showing the percentage of the battery. That's about it. But as for the MAVIC Pro, I'm just loving it. I'm gonna let you guys take a look at this. The thing is just awesome. No, I don't really like turning them on without removing those gimbals, but if I'm not going to fly it right now, then what's the point? Yeah, just take a look at them. They're awesome drones. They're awesome. The MAVIC Pro, well, I take that back. The MAVIC Air, the sound on it is basically like a swarm of bees. Like it sounds like you're messing with a beehive. Versus the MAVIC Pro. The MAVIC Pro sounds like an airplane. It's very quiet, got that smooth little takeoff sound, and it's just awesome, I'm loving it. I'm definitely loving it. Get a closer look up for you guys. It's just awesome. Like I said, this drone will cost you $800. Very well worth it. Very well worth it. Capable of reaching 2.24 miles. The MAVIC Pro, capable of reaching 4 miles. Very awesome. I fly this thing all the time. I might even fly it to Walmart. I flew it to a couple stores from about 3 miles away. Went there, got it back on about, I would say, 50% battery life. That's plenty enough time to make it back. If you can't make it back home with 50% battery life, 2 miles out, then something's wrong. A lot of people say, oh, I wouldn't fly it that far in sports mode. That's a lie. I mean, you fly in sports mode, you got to know your limitation. You want to get there, put it in sports mode. You want it back, put it in sports mode, unless you don't have that battery life to make it back. But why fly a drone that far knowing that you might not make it back? See, me on the other hand, I'm a daredevil, Like yesterday with the MAVIC Pro. Took it on a range test. I got it up 3 miles away. Bought it back 20%. Made it back. I even stayed there and took a whole bunch of still photos. It's awesome. I'm looking at that gimbal right now. If you just take a look at that. And if you just see like the high-end products that's built inside that with that camera lens. A lot of people say they don't like to fly with these on. But me, I like it. A lot of people say, what about the glare and how can you see and stuff like that? If you ask me, it looks pretty clear. Looks very clear. My thing with keeping it on is that a lot of bugs like to fly up in that, and you gotta clean bug residue from it. I don't like that. I don't like that. Versus the Mavic Air, now you have to remove that. That cover for that gimbal, you have to remove that. You cannot fly with that unless you want a gimbal malfunction error while you're flying in the air. Me, I don't like to see any kind of errors at all. You know, I get the panic, and like just yesterday I was flying my Mavic Pro. I was flying it, and next thing you know, it says compass. Almost had a heart attack, you know. But I guess that beats the engine failure of flying far away, and then one of your propeller or blades malfunction the motor. So I was just kind of, yeah, it's kind of scary though. But man, I love it. Like every time I take my drones out for a flight, it's like I get that thrill. You know, I get like a rush. I think it's that kind of paranoia feeling that, okay, fly it out. What if I don't get it back? So it's basically like you putting $1,000 in the air, making a paper plane out of $1,000, and throwing it in the air, hoping that it circles around and come back. That's the kind of feeling I get, you know. It's like living on the edge. But it's kind of crazy. I like it. But yeah, this Mavic Air though, I mean, you can't go wrong with it. An $800 drone that's capable of reaching 2.24 miles. It's very nice. You know, it takes excellent photos. I've seen a lot of videos of people, they compare the Mavic Air footage to the Mavic Pro. If you ask me, they look pretty well the same. Pretty good the same, you know, if you ask me. But hey, and another thing with the Mavic Pro, you're capable of taking still photos. Say if you wanted to go sky high, I would say 300 feet, and just, you know, take all kind of aerial footages. You know, this thing can stay in place for around 30 minutes. That's crazy. Versus with the Mavic Air, you're capable of getting, I would say, they say 20, but it's not 20. I would say 16 minutes of flight time. And that's including sports mode. It's just, I don't know, but you know, they underestimate things. But if you ask me on the speed, it says the Mavic Air capable of reaching 42 miles per hour. And then the Mavic Pro is capable of reaching 42 miles per hour. But if you ask me, I think the Mavic Pro has the speed. You know, I think it tops the speed of that. My Mavic Air, while I'm in sport mode, you know, only thing I see is like 26, 27 on a nice day, no wind or nothing. Or even going against the wind or with the wind. It makes no difference. Like going against it, I'll get less speed. But going away from it, I pick up just barely a noticeable more. But it's just crazy. I'm going to start one of these drones up. I'm going to move this one out the way. I don't want to knock them down, because if you look at the propeller range, these things got some pretty big propellers. Okay, I'm going to crank it up for you guys, just to give you guys a glimpse of it. Okay, connecting. Okay, I'm going to start it up. I'm trying to hold my phone and do this, so just bear with me. I'm going to start it up. You see that? This thing is ready to go. Like, no bullshit, it's ready. Like, even with the controller, you see that? Obstacle. Taking off. Look at my rounds per minute. Clearance. It's just nice. Obstacle. See, it's detecting me. I back up, it goes away. I get closer, comes back. I'm going to shut this thing off, hopefully. Okay, shut that off. Okay, now I'm going to crank up my Mavic Air. Sound like some bees. Here it go. Oh yeah, it takes some time to connect. 1 second. That light turned green means you have the green light. There we go. Let's hear it. Just like that, ready to go. These drones are excellent. You guys looking for a nice drone? Get the DJI MAVIC Air or the DJI MAVIC Pro. You can't go wrong with neither drones. If you prefer a display, get the Pro. No display, get the Air. Alright, that's all, guys. I'll catch you guys later. You guys take care. Thanks for checking in with Ohio Jail How.